The graph below represents a relationship between circumference and radius of a circle. Which axis is radius on? X or Y? Good? And circumference is on the... Okay, so what you had to do here is you had to figure out which of the following is represented by the graph. So you're looking at A. Look here, please. If it has a radius of 20, is the circumference 3? Well, where's radius? Along the x-axis. They don't even go up to 20. What's the highest number there? On the x-axis, radius. Okay, so 20 might be somewhere around here, right? And circumference is 3, so it's probably somewhere around here. That point is way off the graph. You just needed to look at the word radius and 20, and you would know automatically that's not even on the graph, so that's not possible. Let's try B. If the radius is 10, so let's find 10 for the radius here. What do I go up to? 1.6 for circumference. So that would be somewhere around here. So this was A, and this point is B. Is that point on the line? No, it's way off the line, so it's not on the graph. How about C? Radius is 9.
Not Daniel.
Shh. And circumference is 50. So I go up. So here's 9. Shh. And here's 50. Is this point 950? Is that on the graph? Is it on the line? No. So far, none of these points are on the line, right? If you didn't have these points on your graph, you didn't get 3 out of 3. The last one. Radius is 7. So we look again, x-axis 7. And what am I going up to? What number? 44 is here. 7, 44. Do those two points meet on the line?
Yes.
So what was the correct answer?
D.
Which of the following is represented by the graph? D is on the line. None of the other ones are on the line when you graph it. Which of the following shows an appropriate line of best fit for the data? Justify your answer. Explain why you chose the line you chose as an appropriate line of best fit. Sorry, that should say as. Oh, sorry. Explain why the line you chose is an appropriate line of best fit. Okay? We need to define this. What is a line of best fit? What is the definition? A line of best fit goes through as many points as possible, which means it has to be close to the points. Should the line be drawn in the same direction as the points? Yes, figure out the trend, and it should add this to the definition. Follow the trend. We talked a lot about trend. Follow the trend in data. If the points are decreasing, your line should be drawn downwards if the line is decreasing. If the points are decreasing. If the points are increasing, you draw the line going upwards. You have to follow the trend. Also, it should have an even, approximately, okay? Approximately an even number of points on both sides of the line. So a lot of you chose C as your answer. Why would that not be a proper line of best fit? Why is that wrong? Yes? Okay, C is not correct because it's not in the middle of the points. It doesn't have an even number of points on both sides of the line. You're not trying to draw a line through some of the points. You're trying to draw a line in the middle of all of the points. So C is not correct. What is the correct answer here? Which line follows the trend, has an even number of points on both sides of the line, and goes through as many points as possible? D. Okay? What's wrong with A? Here's the line. Does it follow the trend? No. So is this, look here, is this an appropriate line of best fit? Ready? If it was straight?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What I just drew should be okay. What's wrong with B? Again, it's not following the trend. It's going up, but the trend is going down. It's decreasing.
Oh, the line is positive.
The line in B is positive, but it should be negative. It should follow the trend of data. Does everyone understand that now?
Yes.
This question was similar to the first one we did. You're trying to see if any of these points, if any of these points are on the graph. So what's one way we could do to figure this out? Where's height on the x or the y-axis? And what's on the y-axis? Arm span. Okay, so let's look at the first one together. If the height is 166, so we're going to go across to 166, which is approximately right there. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
And we're going to go up to 162. 166 and 162, looking here. That is point A. Okay? Is point A a point that was already plotted? Yes or no?
No.
No. So that is not correct. If the height is 170, which is here, is the arm span 164? Is that a point on the line? Was that a point on the line for B?
Yes.
Was that a point on the graph? Yes. Okay? So I know that that has to be correct, but you should check the other two just to be sure. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to graph 180 and 165 and see if it's a point already given or if you have to create a new point. Then plot 195 and 188. Okay, so C, I had to draw the point myself, and D, I had to draw the point myself. They weren't given. The scatter plot below shows data from an experiment. Which of the following best represents the trend in the data? So there's two options. One of them is a line. Okay, there's two answers that tell you to draw a line, and there's two answers that tell you to draw a curve. Just by looking at the points, does that look like a curve or a line?
Curve.
So we automatically can eliminate A and B. Automatically, you know it can't be A and B. Now, listen carefully. When you are drawing a curve of best fit, you must draw a smooth curve. You cannot do something like this. Some of you did this on your test. That's not a smooth curve. A smooth curve would look something like this. Okay? And secondly, very important, Jen, your curve must start on the y-axis. It has to touch the y-axis right here and go all the way down to the x-axis. You cannot have it stop in the middle of the points. It has to connect from one end to the other. Okay? That will help you determine the answer. Does the curve start at 0, 10? Let's look. Where does my curve start? 0, 10. Yes, it does. Does it end at 1.50?
Yeah.
Okay. If you extended the line, you would have seen that. If you didn't extend the line, you would not get 3 to 3.
Could have just told me to extend the line.
Okay? It does not start at 0, 0. Shh. Okay, the last option was, does it start at 0, 0? Well, look at the graph. Here's 0, 0. No, my curve doesn't touch that point at all. Okay, so they want to know which scatter plot, Julia, shows data with no trend. We need to describe the trend in each of them so we can figure out which one doesn't have a trend. So let's look at the graph. A. Is there a trend in the data for A?
No.
Are the points close together?
Yes.
Yes, so there is a trend. If the points are close together, there's a trend. It's a straight line. Let's draw a line of best fit. I want everyone right now to take a pencil and a ruler. And I want you to draw the line of best fit for each of them. So I did A for you. You want to draw a line in the middle of all the points, right? As close to all the points as possible. For B, a line of best fit should look something like this. For C,
Nothing.
okay, no trend. And then for D, it could be a curve, yes.
Oh,
Okay? How do we know that this has no trend?
Because it's scattered everywhere.
Thank you, that's the word I'm looking for. No trend. I want you to write this down, please. Points are scattered. This is the important word here. There's no trend. It's not increasing. It's not decreasing. It's everywhere.
So I said random, and I didn't get the wrong.
Yes, that's correct, but you didn't describe the trend in the other ones.
I said scattered.
B, what type of trend is B? Good, so let's write that down. B is downward, negative trend. There is a trend for B. It's downward negative, yes.
For A is no trend.
A has a trend.
What is it?
The trend is as something is increasing, the other variable stays the same. So it's a steady, something's happening at a steady rate. There's a trend, there's a pattern there. As one thing's increasing, the other thing stays the same. Okay, there is a trend, it's horizontal. It's a horizontal line. Okay? Shh. What about D? Upward, downward, positive, negative.
Upward, positive.
Upward, positive trend.